sweet. Double R stitched in my seat. Powder footprints falling off my feet.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. What's going on? It's Jesse from Brooklyn City FC. Here with you for the Monday Kickoff podcast. Oh man, recovering from the weekend. It was exhausting, but a lot of great stuff happening in the club as we kind of transition from the end of the school year programming. So that's the youth stuff, that's the men's and women's amateur leagues, and into our summer leagues for our semi-pro teams on the men's, which just started, and the women's, which is going to get going in a week or two. So ton of stuff going on, ton of stuff to talk about. As usual, won't spend too much time, but just to highlight some global football happenings. I'll start abroad. We've got second to last. We've got either one or two games left in the Premier League, depending on which club. Obviously, Arsenal and Man City neck and neck. Arsenal is in the advantage unless they slip up, which the narrative has swung wildly back and forth in the last month. So who knows what's really going to happen, which is why we love to watch. On the bottom end of the Premier League, it looks like Tottenham should be safe, but they still have some work to do to take care of business. It's really coming down to Tottenham and West Ham for the last Premier League spot. Champions League action kind of near the end of the race. The Women's Champions League final is this Saturday. As I mentioned before, I highly recommend checking out these women's matches. It is a top level. We got Barcelona versus Olympique Lyon in the final this Saturday, so you're going to want to tune in and check that out, trust me. On the men's side, we've got a week off, and then their final is on the 30th, I believe. So moving right along, back locally, Gotham FC did well to get a result over Seattle, so good job in the NWSL. Good job, Gotham. NYCFC Red Bulls had their Hudson River Derby. Always lots of drama, a lot of emotions flared up. I think that one ended in a 1-1 draw, so nobody really came out on top, I suppose. And Brooklyn FC unfortunately fell in both of their men's and women's matches this weekend. So to get right into things with Brooklyn City FC, as we led with our preview, first starting on Saturday, we had our first ever match in the League for Clubs with our new semi-pro men's teams, featuring a lot of new players, a lot of new signings, against the national champions Medoval at Medoval. So it was a great experience for us, a great venue for us to kick off our entry into this league, to be honest, even though it was an away game. And the match did not disappoint. Medoval was a very strong opponent. Our guys were able to hold on a bit for a while. Then an unfortunate injury around the 30th minute kind of happened hand in hand with the first goal conceded. And then starting in the second half, a few more goals conceded. And then we were able to get one back for our first ever goal scored in the League for Clubs by our oldest player on the men's side, Sharif Yahya, who also plays with us in the Cosmopolitan League, able to bury a PK. So the final was 3-1, loss for us. Well-deserved result for Medoval. Definitely a stronger performance on their end. Amazing performance by our goalkeeper, Harry, who really prevented kept the game close. Some somewhat miraculous work back there between the posts. But a good effort, a great level of competition, and it's a good start for us as we kick off this new chapter for the men's side of the club. So we will be at home for our home opener next Saturday at Brooklyn College versus Excelsior, another local club. So really looking forward to that. Looking forward to getting more players involved and getting our second match underway. Just to continue along the theme on the men's side, on Sunday, quick turnaround, early Sunday morning, we had 3 matches. Our first team, our second team, and third team in the Cosmopolitan League. Our first team took care of business with a strong 7-0 result over Yemen FC, which earns us a spot in the promotion playoffs. We're just waiting for the result of the of another match to see where we will fall in the final table, which will determine who we play in the promotion playoff, which will be May 30th or May 31st. So congrats to the men. This is the result we wanted and needed. The second team put in another strong performance with a 1-1 draw versus Yemen. The second team's really had an amazing spring, which is like the second half of their entire season. I forget the exact numbers, but have only lost 1 or 2 matches out of, I think, 8, or last 8 or 9. So very strong end to the year, and strong year in general for our second team. So congrats to them for gaining a point in the last match. And then our third team struggled a bit, as they have been lately, with a bit of a lopsided result against FanDuel FC. It was a tough 8 a.m. kickoff out at McCarran. So fortunate for those guys, but they have 1 match left to try to turn things around and end on a positive note. I believe that their last match is on the 31st. Moving along to the women's side, we had a monumental game on Sunday. State Cup final, the East New York Adult Amateur Side State Cup, which was a really cool event, as we posted some images up on social media. Really all the cup finals at one location. Really great vibe to it, out at Calvert Vaux in Brooklyn. And unfortunately, our women, who started well, very competitive, which was kind of a great game as it got going. And then the wheels kind of slowly started to come off with a couple unfortunate late goals in the first half. And then we just kind of ran out of steam in the second half. And I believe the final was 5-0 to Manhattan FC, which always has a super strong squad, a lot of great, amazing players, and hats go off, and congrats to Manhattan FC for I believe it's their 3rd straight cup final victory. So congrats to those ladies and that club. Our women will be bouncing back for their last Nimwhistle match in 2 weeks, as well as their WPSL and WPSL 2 seasons, which kick off on May 30th and 31st. Those are both away games upstate, but I know we're eager to get that going, and I believe they have their training session tonight, as a matter of fact. So good stuff, lots of stuff happening on the women's side. And then on the youth side, our biggest game of the weekend was really U14 Boys Cup semifinal out at Red Hook, which we unfortunately lost and fell to Hauppauge Soccer Club, which was in from Eastern Long Island. Very strong team from what we hear. I believe the score was pretty lopsided, maybe 5-0 or 6-0. So unfortunate for those boys. They've had a great cup run. They've been excellent in the league season as well. So they'll be looking to bounce back in league play. And then across the rest of the youth side, we had, as I always say, mixed results. Some good results on the older end, which we always like to see, as we want to see teams continue to develop, but also learn how to compete and learn how to win. So our 2010 boys continue a very strong season in the first division of CJSL with a big win against Soccer Stars United out in Randall's Island. So I believe that keeps those guys in first place in that division. U15 boys fell to Yoa out at Diker on Sunday. So unfortunate result for them. Very competitive match. It's a very strong Yoa team in the 2011 boys category. 2012 boys didn't have asphalt, or Bridge Academy team did not have a match. Our 2013 boys drew versus New York Eagles Academy. So good stuff with Coach Dapa. It's a huge improvement from the fall for our 2013 boys, so U13. So good stuff by them. Love to continue to see the progress there. 2014 boys had a nice victory. 2014 asphalt and blue teams both won. 14s had a nice victory out at Bush Terminal versus Dusk, I believe. So good stuff by them. 2015 boys drew versus Triborough United, if I'm not mistaken. So good result for them. Hard fought, as I'm sure. And then mixed results across the rest of the younger age groups. And then on the girls' side, we had our 2010s unfortunately fell to Gotchi. We had a little bit of a short roster, which unfortunately seems as though it ended up hurting the girls in terms of the result. But so it goes. 2011 girls got a nice victory versus White Plains Soccer Club. It was a home match at Dust Bowl on Saturday. So nice for them to pick up 3 points. Our 2012-13 girls picked up a nice victory versus Manhattan Soccer Club out at Pier 5, Brooklyn Bridge Park on Sunday. So good stuff by them. Having a decent and solid season, solid year as a whole. 2014 and 15 girls blue team fell to Brooklyn United. I believe it was 3-2. Unfortunate result. It sounded like there were tons of positives from Coach Amy. So good stuff by the 2014-15 girls. The 2016 girls ended the monumental spring season with a dramatic result versus BKU. I believe it was a comeback victory in the final minutes of the match, and what completes an undefeated season for those girls. Those are the U10s with Coach Sophia. So great job with them. By them. And then I believe the 17 girls fell to Success Academy. So big weekend across the entire club. We've got tons of stuff coming up next weekend. A little bit of a shift to Memorial Day tournaments on the youth side. And then, as I mentioned, our home opener in the League for Clubs out at Brooklyn College versus Excelsior. So you're going to want to come out. If you're not at a youth tournament or you get back in time, come check us out, support our men. 7 p.m. Brooklyn College on Saturday. And until then, we'll see you later in the week with the weekend preview on Saturday morning. Take care, everybody.